relaxing day at home with a good cup of tea, which is probably going to be my third cup of tea for today. Holy shit, it's hot as fuck. Yeah. Happy holiday? Question mark. It is the new year. The Chinese New Year. Personally, I never really celebrated myself. So today I was just chilling at home, not doing anything much. Actually, if there's anything that I could actually talk about, like the coming week, the coming days or whatsoever, it's probably going to be Poppy Playtime. They're releasing a new chapter tomorrow. I'm quite excited about it. Because like the last time that I played Poppy Playtime, probably like the third chapter and like the second chapter, I literally did a whole marathon of like 1, 2, 3 in no time at all. Like, I was like, oh yeah, Poppy Playtime chapter 3 is new. And I just went on playing chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 in a single week. If I remember correctly of what literally happened. But if I look at my VOD drive thing, because I do have it, I do have a drive for every single of my VODs. I believe that it actually all happened in the lapse of a very short time. Let's see. So, Poppy Playtime. I cannot see the dates. But that was like the 29th of May that I played the third chapter. So it has been almost like half a year since that happened. And ever since then, I don't really think that I played that many horror games. Like, excepting the one time that I just decided to come back on streaming, and when I just started to play some random horror games out there. I believe the ones that I played was Mouth Washing, which was very interesting of a horror game. But I also played other games like, let me check in my library. I also have played that other game where you have to let some people pass through the apartments if you check and they're not the monsters. And if they're the monsters, you have to prevent them from passing through the door. I don't remember what game it was, but that as well was quite interesting. I'm currently looking through my library to like find the title and everything back. But I guess I uninstalled them because I just don't find it. But excepting that, we didn't really have that many horror games that I played so far. At this point, I wonder even if like Mouth Washing would be considered as a horror game. It wasn't more of like a story-based, like continuation from beginning to the end. It had a very less factor of a horror than anything else. It was quite enjoyable though. There was no such moment as me screaming because, oh, it's so scary. That happened a lot when it comes to like Poppy Playtimes though. I still remember it. And like right now as well, right before that I started streaming, I was editing on a short video for Poppy Playtime 3. Since tomorrow is going to be a release of chapter 4, I'm going to download it and play it on stream, blah 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 blah. So I just like went through editing the shorts and everything. And to be honest with you, I did scream a lot back then. I did scream a lot. Like whenever something unexpected was happening, like for example, some kind of noise coming from right, coming from left, wherever, I was just going like, oh my god, that scared me off, and everything like that. I wonder how chapter 4 is going to be though. I did watch a few of the trailers that they had for chapter 4, but the only thing that it actually showed was like one of the creatures that is going to appear in the game. I believe it's the one with like the big spaghetti hair and big eyes and looking very happy with a huge smile, which is actually a huge worm because it's like crawling on the ground and everything. I believe we already seen that monster from one of the previous chapters in one of the minigames where you have to stop while the light is on. No, while the light is off, and while the light is on, you can advance and everything. I think that was chapter 2 or 3. Probably 2. Because like that was the game where we had to complete like 4 minigames in order to advance. And I think that it was a chapter 2 because what we did right after that is like advancing through to beat the shit out of Mommy Longlegs. Yeah, it might have been chapter 2 if that's the case. What else is there? I also wanted to do lots of like YouTube stream when it comes to Pokemon games. I've seen a few of the suggestion that has been sent by my friends. Be like, oh yeah, you like to play Pokemon, so we have seen these people playing through the entire first generation all the way to like the newest generation, something like that. I believe the name was, I don't fucking know the name. Let me just check again. My memory is so bad. But yeah, that is like the principle. The person is like playing through the entire generations of the game from beginning to the end. And that was actually quite interesting by itself. Which is why like yesterday and before yesterday, I was like having tons of test streams because I wanted to see how it works for me to like do vertical streams and stuff like that. But it didn't seem like working at all. Like the thing about vertical stream is that I won't be able to show like the chat box when it comes to what? When it comes to like showing the YouTube chat, whereas I could show like the Twitch chat and everything. Probably because like maybe the source code for my custom chat box is like linked with my Twitch one and probably not YouTube one. That's what I believe. So if I am going to do like the Pokemon playthrough streams kind of stuff, I might just be doing it like, how do I say? I might just be doing it like without a chat. Because anyways, like when you're watching YouTube shorts or even like streams on YouTube, you can like see the chat right at the side or at the bottom side while they're scrolling through your short feed and stuff like that. So it is not going to be that deranging, the fact that you cannot see my custom chat box, which is a huge flex by itself, but at least that is it. But for today, I thought that we were just going to chill a little bit, chatting, catching up, since a year has passed. A year that has been very unproductive coming from me. So just catching up and everything. And maybe like playing a little bit of Zelda later on so that we can catch up and hopefully finishing one of the games. I remember from from Zelda Breath of the Wild, I actually found like 6 pictures positions out of 12. Seemingly, if I get all the 12 ones, I'm going to get some kind of a reward from the granny so that I can hopefully beat Ganondorf or something like that. So we are going to do that like next time, probably later or something, when we're going to play Zelda. And there was another Zelda game that we started playing, which was Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, I figure. So the thing about Zelda series, I took a huge interest into it. I took a huge interest into like Zelda games by itself because of people being really confused with how the timeline works in Zelda games. They're like, so when did Breath of the Wild happen? Oh, when did Echoes of Wisdom happen and everything like that, you know? Probably from what I've seen through different videos is that like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which is like 2 of the biggest games that release one after another on Nintendo Switch, are like literally the end plot, like the end of how do I say, the end of the timeline for the different timelines that exist in Legends of Zelda series. So that's quite interesting by its own. Hello Root! Happy Lunar New Year? Lunar New Year, I guess. I don't know if you celebrate it, but it is a happy day for everyone, since I guess it is a new year. A different day to celebrate the new year. Kind of interesting by its own. Happy Lunar New Year, indeed. Do you celebrate it? What do you do today? In my case, I just chilled, to be honest with you. I think what I did was pretty much like opening Cookie Run Kingdom, which is my different addict. Okay, the thing about this is that I was freaking addicted to one of these roguelike game called Poke Rogue, which is like a Pokemon roguelike game. You only do battles from beginning to the end, and it just never ends. I was doing that, and I was addicted as hell. I got out of the addiction, and after that I got addicted to YouTube Shorts, just sliding. It's a freaking brain rot. I got out of YouTube Shorts addiction, and now my addiction is Cookie Run Kingdom. There's always one thing that is stopping me from being productive in my life, god freaking damn it. You know, but anyways. I'm incredibly sick, so I wish I could probably celebrate, but it's unwise. I got TikTok brain rot. I never got myself into TikTok for some reason. I never got into TikTok. But please, do heal yourself. I hope you rested well though. You know, sometimes holidays like this is how you spend your time wisely to recover yourself for the next day to come, you know? Because if you force yourself, because celebration, you want to celebrate, oh my god, Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, I want to celebrate, and you go on and do that, and you're just gonna feel even worse, and that's not even going to be worth it for you. So, just take your time, you know? Take your time to rest, so that tomorrow, after tomorrow, and in the future, you feel a lot better than you should have. No. Dons, I have been incredibly ill since the weekend. Since the weekend? Wait, which day is it today? Is it Wednesday? Holy shit. Time is passing like crazy, man. I feel like Tuesday never happened. Like, yesterday never happened. I don't even remember what I did yesterday. Holy shit. The thing about yesterday is that I had to have a class, but then the class got cancelled. So what I did was sleeping, waking up, sleeping, waking up, and then playing Cookie Run Kingdom in my bed. And oh my god, it's 9 p.m. Holy shit, so late. I sleep. I wake up. Cookie Run Kingdom. I sleep, I wake up. And now it's Wednesday. It's a literal time skip, man. I'm not saying that it's a healthy thing that everyone should do or whatsoever, stuff like that. No, please don't. But, you know, sometimes I guess we can take our time to recover from the tiresome kind of a thing that happened. So yeah, kind of worth it on its own. At least I managed to get myself some new cookies on my account. That is a good thing, I guess. Let's just pretend Tuesday never happened. It's what I do. It's fun. Yeah. I guess giving yourself a little bit of rest is something that we can, like, let it happen sometimes. You know what? I embrace it. Sometimes we need some times for ourselves. Because, like, every day is like a social life. And me, if I must tell you, I'm more into introverted side than social side. And it is true that I just feel a little bit of stress happening whenever I'm spending a little bit too much time with people out there. So, you know. You know about MBTI, right? MBTI. I don't even remember what they stand for. But it is like kind of checking the personality that each of the people have. And what I got for like extroverts and introvert side of things is like nearly close to 100% on introverted side. And nearly 0% on freaking extroverted side. I was surprised. Because it doesn't mean that I cannot speak with people. It doesn't mean that I cannot communicate with people. Like, if I must share one part of my story of life, I used to like work in restaurant when I used to be really young, so that I can get myself some pocket money. I can communicate with people without any problem. I can totally do that. But I think it's more about like how you would find yourself more comfortable in some situations, you know? Small social battery. That's literally me. That's literally me. Like, I remember like last week or before last week, I used to always hang around in some kind of VC. Like just playing some games and having lots of voice going on around, lots of screams, lots of excitement and everything. Holy shit. At every end of the day, I was worn out like crazy. I was just like, whenever I was going to bed. MBTI? Yes. Oh, don't tell me you never hear about MBTI. If you haven't, it's actually quite interesting. I cannot be around people in real life for longer than like 2 hours maximum at a time. 2 hours maximum? That's kind of short, I'd say. That is kind of short, I'd say. I wonder why. But yeah, I got myself like one of the lowest thing from like the little online questions that I was getting. So I wouldn't say that it's like accurate. I wouldn't say that it's like accurate. But one thing that I can tell out of my like own comfort level is that, well, you know, maybe that I'm not made for like, you know, just talking with people every single day and stuff like that. You have the same battery? Maybe I do. They are obscenely extroverted. It drains so fast. I think when you're with the right persons, them being like excited or not, you can actually like vibe with them while they're excited and everything. Even if you do deem yourself as like having a very low social battery or whatsoever, when you're like with the right persons, with whom you vibe with, even if he's like extroverted, even if she is like extremely talkative and everything, I think you would just vibe. At least that's how it is for me. But I only hang out with them in VC. Then I can spend days. Yeah. Well, when it comes to online, yeah, I guess. But when it comes to offline, I think it's kind of the same. Like, you vibe with someone, we do lots of fun things. I could go for an entire day. But after this entire day, I would be at home just worn out. Like, they would message me, I would just be like lying down in my bed and kind of scrolling through YouTube, and I would be like, man, what a day. It's what we got through COVID, I guess. Do you mean that you used to be like still very sociable before COVID? Because for me, I think COVID is what got me more extroverted, if anything. I used to talk to nobody. Man, it's not a good thing. I used to talk with nobody. Like school, like whatsoever, I used to speak with nobody. And I think that this COVID period is kind of what opened me up to like talk, like to put more effort into talking with people. Which made me like a little bit more talkative in the current days. Because if I didn't have that period of time, I wouldn't have known how to talk to people today, you know? Like even if I do say like I used to freaking play BDO, just being around, farming around all kind of areas without really thinking much, and just being in a VC with some people who are also farming for these MMORPG games, there was still like a little bit of dialogues happening here and there. Yeah. So I guess that is like kind of what helped me to communicate with people. I miss it so much, don't miss it. That game is literally a brain rot, man. I remember like back in the time when I used to play BDO, I had my brain off for several days and didn't go to sleep and just freaking farmed through like that one area to get myself like tons of XP. And I was just doing it over and over until that I was getting like a very good loot. And when I got a very good loot by farming that area, I was like, maybe I can get another one. And I was just keeping on farming. It was endless. It was like a roguelike game, but on an MMORPG. I was just too addicted. And you know what? As I always do with all the kind of games that I'm like way too addicted, it just swish went out of my life. And I just started playing something else out there. Like probably, what else did I play back then? I used to play a little bit of competitive games like Overwatch. I used to be terrible at the game, man. It's more that I just never really played that much. I was just playing it like time to time, you know? Time to time. So sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, and I don't even play that much, so the rank was still on the same level. And my level as well was still in the same level. I never improved because I was just like, you know, vibing whenever I was playing it. But Overwatch was a very cool game to play. But I love the animation and character creator. Yeah, the character creator actually was very, very, how do I say, profound compared to other games that was existing at the time. But if you look at like the current MMORPGs, holy shit, the character creation has become so amazing in many of the games. But I don't know, I'm not really into MMORPGs anymore. It's too grindy, you know. It's too much in my life. I wouldn't be able to be like, oh, I wake up and I play MMORPG. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, the last MMORPG I played was Final Fantasy XIV. And I still have it downloaded, I think. I still have it downloaded. Whenever I launch it, I just close it within the hour to come. Even if I have still some MSQs to finish and everything. I'm just like, man, I don't feel like it. And I just like, close the game. At this point, I don't even know why I'm keeping on the Final Fantasy subscription. But it is what happens. Me too? You know. You know it well then. If anything, the kind of games that I'm really interested in to play nowadays is like competitive games, you know. Because at least compared to before, I do feel myself improving. The game that I'm talking about is Marvel Rivals. Like whenever I play Marvel Rivals, I'm like, oh my god, I am so good. I deserve that rank. I deserve to rank up. And I just like do win streaks, and then like just stop playing. Because I'm just waiting to play with my friends. I don't like to play on my own. Even if I do win on my own as well, I just prefer to play with friends. Else it just doesn't feel like an achievement at all. Like with friends at least, we have things to talk about. We're like, oh yeah, that was a fun game. Oh yeah, that game, I was furious as hell, I was so tilted. And it makes good memories, you know? But whenever I play myself, I'm like, on my own, it just feels like kind of dark. By that I mean, like, I don't even talk with my teammates. Okay, sometimes when I'm really tilted, and I want to win, I give callouts. And that's the maximum of it. I mean, I'm not like the kind of person to like approach with people and socialize with them, like with strangers while playing in some random lobbies in a game. Like, I know that there's like tons of content creators out there who's like streaming Valorant, making Valorant content, meeting new people, and like talking with them like if they're like 10 years friends kind of thing like that. I wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, if I do really force myself to do it, or when I'm in a very hype kind of condition, I would totally do that. Hell, I could do it with anyone. But I don't know. I just prefer to play with friends in general. It's my comfort ground. It is my comfort ground. Solo feels yucky to me. Yeah. Because it's like... right. Funny things can happen. And you can be like, oh, I want to talk about this with my friends. And just like take a clip out of it and just talk to your friends about that one game. But it's not the same. It's not the same as having your friend actually being there in that one game. So... I don't know, it feels kind of like a waste of time. Which is not true at all, if we think it like other ways around. Yeah. But other games that I also play is, as I said, like Cookie Run Kingdom. That was like my previous addiction. It was my addiction like way in the past. Which I decided to stop because I realized that there was like many microtransactions happening. Because like, oh my god, this is cheap. For so cheap, I get myself this, and I just like go and freaking pay $1 for something. And then since everything's like accumulating, is that an English word? I don't know. For French, there is existing this kind of word. But since everything is like stacking up, you know, like $1, $2, $3, like it's all stacking up together. And at the end of the month, I realized that I paid a lot on that one game. Even though the fact that I was like only paying 1 to 2 and everything like that. I was like, fuck, man. I paid this much for this game? And I was giving my entire free time just opening my phone, and whenever I'm free, launching Cookie Run Kingdom to like farm 1 or 2 areas more. Well... I was like, well, I think it's time to quit this game. And I just decided to just uninstall the game and just move on, you know? Microtransactions are expensive. They are! Like, you know, all these subscriptions that you're having here and there,
Suzuki
just everywhere.
Has joined the family.
Suzuki, thank you for the follow. How are you doing today? Happy Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, however you call it. Because in Korean we call it 설날. We call it like Chuseok, I think. And it is like some kind of a New Year celebration. I didn't know that they were celebrating in Korea, by the way. But how are you doing today? But yeah, indeed, microtransactions are freaking crazy, man. Like, you see all these subscriptions that you're having around, like one of your favorite streamers on Twitch, one of your like subscriptions on, I don't know, subscriptions on Final Fantasy, your subscription on a gym, everything piling up. Even Adobe Audition, Adobe something, all kind of subscriptions at once. At the end of the month, I realized back when I used to freaking work, it was huge as hell. It was half of my entire salary! That's crazy, man. Thank you for the raid out there. How are you doing today? How was your stream? What do you do out there? Hey. Then today we're just like chilling, talking. Maybe a little bit of gaming later, but for now I'm just catching up about what we did for the last year that has just passed. And happy Lunar New Year to every single one of you. I need to actually go to the New Year festival, but I don't know how I should get there. Huh. New Year festival. There should be a New Year festival, you're right. Like, I'm so disconnected with my in real life friends nowadays, to the point that I don't even know if there is a festival in here too. Like, I don't, like, there's a huge Asian community in France, right? I can guarantee that there is a huge Asian community in like France, especially like in Paris. So there should be a festival going on or something, but I don't know. I just don't know. I've been like spending my entire day just being at home. After all, like, I didn't celebrate lots of things at all. Like, for example, Christmas or New Year or anything like that. The best thing I did was just like eating with my fam. But after that, it was just like, you know, the usual routine. Either going to class, either going to work, either just staying at home, doing my shit. But yeah. That Asians who get New Year cards, money. Oh my god, I'm missing out on money. Shit. It is true. It is absolutely true. For me, it is kind of difficult to have like the family events happening because most of my families are like living abroad, like different countries and everything like that. And by the way, for the raiders, if I may introduce myself, my name is Kael'Draxus. I'm a green elf. Upcoming debut coming soon with a 2.0 model. I usually like to play comfy games like Pokemon and everything like that, but also appreciate horror games. And speaking of horror games, tomorrow there's going to be a 4th chapter of Puppy Playtime, so I might be playing it. I live in Germany, but my parents are Vietnamese, but in Germany some random Viets celebrate that. I mean, I think it kind of makes sense for like most of the Asians to celebrate it. Because like, even in Korea, I didn't know about that. Like, I didn't know the Chinese New Year was the same thing as like Chuseok, Seollal, stuff like that. And we are indeed celebrating it. Like, we're also getting like some kind of envelope with money inside of it. But I guess this year I'm not getting my money. Because I am not with my family. Like, once again, I am like living kind of alone in my country. So there's a little bit of a problem. Man, you play DBD since you said horror games? Oh, is it Dead by Deadlight? I have lots of friends who play it, and because of that I did like buy the game and played sometimes, but I don't play it a lot. I think I launched it like total of 4 times or 5 times ever since I got the game. I don't play much, but it does seem to be a quite interesting game, you know? I like to do the sneaky things like, oh yeah, I'm behind them and they don't know that I'm behind them and everything like that. It's kind of interesting to do. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 너도 새해 복 많이 받아. It is kind of rude to go like in an informal way. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. I should be the one kind of like putting myself more into the formal side to tell you. But all of these things like this. We should play together then. Ooh, DBD. Wait, maybe I uninstalled the game. Let me just check. I've been like on a spree of uninstalling lots of games because I was running out of the disk. I don't even know how. I bet it's like 50% because I was like filling up my VODs of all of my streams. And that has been stacking up to over 1 terabyte, I think. But I currently have a disk of like 2 terabytes. And it's so surprising that sometimes I fail to download some games because the disk is almost freaking full. DBT is indeed uninstalled. It has 50 gigabytes! What? How does it have 50 gigabytes? I wish I could talk Korean for real. Korean, I think it's like a very easy language to learn. At least that's what people say, and I do believe it as well. Because it's like doing a little bit of... Okay, it's kind of like playing Lego. You're combining a red block with a blue block and a yellow block to make it some kind of a shade of like red, blue, yellow kind of thing, you know? And in Korean it's kind of the same. You have like different alphabets which are making different sounds. You just like combine them together so that it makes one singular sound. It's so much more simpler compared to like Japanese and Chinese and other Asian languages, where you have to learn every single patterns out there that each means different things, you know? Whereas in Korean, you're like, oh yeah, the G sound, oh the A sound, oh the N sound, all combined together, gan, oh, so simple. And what does it mean? Oh, this combination of the word actually means like, I don't know, like mouse. That's so amazing. It's as easy as that. Like Lego, so true. It is. At least someone agrees with that. Me trying to talk Japanese, kanji, I don't know what the frick. Man, this is giving me my nightmares. I used to like do lots of Duolingo for Japanese. I don't know how many times I quit. One of the times I was getting the Duolingo literally staring at me with the freaking app icon. I was feeling the chills on my spine. But man, I still remember it. My biggest enemy was like katakana, I think. There's like hiragana and katakana. Hiragana is like the simple one because it looks beautiful, it looks pretty. You kind of want to learn it. Or like a, e, I, o, u, and stuff like that. So easy to learn. But then there's like katakana, which looks so like sharp and everything. For some reason, they're the same things. They are literally the same things. But I am so less motivated in learning katakana than hiragana. So every single time that I was learning Japanese, I always quit when I came to the katakana part. Every single time. So I'm always stuck with these basic words that you learn along with hiragana every single time. Introduce yourself in French. Ah, bonsoir. Je m'appelle Kael'Draxus. Je suis un streamer elfe qui n'est pas très actif en tant que streamer, mais tandis que même j'adore jouer aux jeux vidéo. Et spécialement Pokémon et beaucoup de jeux d'horreur. Donc, parlons de jeux d'horreur. Je vais probablement jouer à Poppy Playtime, le 4e chapitre, demain soir, puisque demain sera la date de la sortie pour ce jeu. Un jeu imminent. Très intéressant. I heard the spinning cat for a second. The spinning cat. The spinning cat. The spinning cat. How? The spinning cat. Bruh, in Germany, we need to learn Spanish, French, German, of course, English, Latin. Do you have to learn every single one of them? That's crazy. Because that's not the case in France. Like, I remember when I back then used to like have classes back when I kept on living in France. I had to like, what do I say? I had to like choose between 3 languages, which was like Spanish, German, or Italian. I had to like choose one of them. I was obviously going for Spanish because it's like the easiest one. Like German, I was intimidated. Freaking German is so weird. It was sounding so weird to me to the point that I just gave up. I was like, freaking, what? Gewürztraminer, which is probably the only German thing I know because of freaking wine variety. But it sounds so complicated. Whereas like Italian or Spanish, they're so close to French that I was like, oh yeah, I know that word. It kind of sounds like a vehicle, so it must mean the same thing. And I just search up on the internet and I'm like, oh right, it does mean vehicle. This language is so easy. I'm going for Spanish. Yes, I went for Spanish. And it was indeed easy. It was so easy that I even forgot today because I didn't give any effort into the freaking language back then. I just gave up and don't remember anything. Sorry, I meant from earlier. Oh no. The freaking brain rot. Oh, you meant that meme. I know it so much. Because I've been addicted to YouTube Shorts nowadays. It's everywhere, man. It's just everywhere. Salut, je m'appelle Suzuki. Suzuki, ça va? Et mon chambre, il y a mon table. I see. You know what? You speak better French than I do speak Spanish. Not gonna lie. I would be like, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, and I wouldn't know like what comes after in their lyrics. That's like my limit of the things. And Feliz Navidad, at least I know what it means. Obviously, it means happy birthday. But that's my limit. Man, I want to learn more languages. Not gonna lie. People are like, oh my god, you already know 3 languages. That's more than enough, bruh. I need to. Like, I want to understand anime perfectly. Like, I want to like pinpoint out every single time the translation is like off. I want to be like, oh, actually that doesn't mean that as the subtitle says, so I think you should do a better job. I kind of want to do that at some point. But Even if I do want to, my motivation is just not there. After all, like the first place where I need the most motivation on in the current point is just everything about streaming. Brother, like, I've been not consistent at all. That has to be my main focus, not gonna lie. Try to say this. Oh my god. Why do you do this to me? That's German. What the fuck does it mean? Like, we do have like one of the longest word in French as well. Like in French, it's like anticonstitutionnellement. And at least that sounds like easy, right? This sounds easy to read. Whereas this, it just feels like like if your cat like went through your keyboard and like pressed some random buttons to make an entire word out of it. I can spell this word out easy? What the fuck? How can you do that? In which situation do you even use this word, man? Easy as fuck. Cause I can speak German. You guys are built different. You guys are really built different. If I were to learn German, brother, I would not speak. I would freaking talk with hand sign language. I would not try to actually speak the language because of how many words they're so hard to read or even speak. Kinder can seit nu vielleicht Etikettung Überwachung aufgeben. Noob. What does it mean? Wait, let me just copy paste it. I'm sorry for every single Germans currently in the chat listening to me trying to read this word out. Seemingly it's an easy word, but I just cannot. I Google it, the only thing I'm finding is a freaking Facebook page. You all are liars. It doesn't mean anything. Even Google tells me that it doesn't mean shit, bro. Meaning, okay, I just found something from Atafom University. A PDF file. What the fuck is this even about? It's a university. I'm not curious. I only want to know what this word means. Kel, you said we are built differently. You are. Holy fucking shit. If you actually use this word at least once a day, nah, you guys have superior brain compared to mine. I really do mean it. For real, Vietnamese. Oh my god. Nguyen. 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 What does it mean? But I can also spell the capital city of Thailand in the original language. What is it? What is it? God damn it. And I thought that French was a difficult language. That's what I believed. That's what I truly believed. I was suffering, man. I was suffering learning this language. To only know that there is so many languages out there, which is so much harder than this language. I feel so unsmart. This is not normal. How do you do it, man? German. You know, at some point, when I was really interested in wines, I went to learn, like, the language where there's, like, the biggest wines out there in the world. Like, Germany, like, Italia, like Mexico, like, everywhere like that. I went to learn, like, each of the languages so that I can, like, go on and speak with them fluently and getting to learn more about wines and stuff like that. The fuck? Watch edits Rinder Kenszeichnung und Rindfleischtheke the German pronunciation. What is this? It looks like some kind of a letter combination that I would see coming out from Backroom Video, man. Wikipedia. Damn. Was a law of the German state of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern of 1999, repealed in 2013. It dealt with the supervision of the labeling of beef after an outbreak of mad cow disease. That's so specific. That's so specific. You cannot just go and just pick this specific word out of your dictionary to tell me that it's one of your language word. Of course, if you tell me that that is like one of your language's word, and I believe that there's going to be like tons of other words which is going to look like that, I would be like, you're just built different, but this is so situational. What the fuck is that? You guys know the longest city name in the United Kingdom? Ah! Lanfair. I'm not gonna read that. Who the fuck decided to? Huh? I bet it was one of these millionaires who won big in a lottery, and they decided to buy a city, and they were so happy to the point that they just mashed on their keyboard, and it just registered the name of the city as that. That's what happened. That's what happened with the city, and they can never change it ever again. I bet that's what happened. I just meant that's what happened. Else there's no explanation. It's a British city. It's a British city. British. Like, we speak English there. Does this seem English to you? Like Manchester. Okay, it sounds English. Like freaking, what else? What else? Like Edinburgh. It sounds English. But then freaking Lanfair boy? The fuck? That's the longest city name, or I don't know. That guy probably wanted to get the Guinness World Record, like no matter what, even by earning a city. I bet, like, I bet even Queen Elizabeth wouldn't know what, like, how to pronounce this city. Even her being like the Queen of England. England? Of Britain, I don't know. That's crazy, man. How can you name a city like that? Not gonna lie. And how would it feel like? Okay, what if there was an airport in that city? What would be the abbreviation of this? And imagine the freaking pilot out there being like, yes, right, we're soon approaching to Lanfair, blah 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 blah. We're soon approaching to Lanfair, blah 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 blah. Please do keep your seat tight since we're descending. That's crazy, man. Electroencephalographista. That's easy. That's way easier than like the other ones that we just saw. At least this, it sounds like a job's name, you know? Graphista. Electroencephalographista. It sounds like it makes sense. It has a sense into it. There's a logic in the wording of this. Whereas the other ones, it's just a keyboard mash. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean a lot to me. It's just a whole chaos. What is this? Oh my god, my eyes are so bad. 정차 양인각 연당 초상감 모란 문은구 대접. I don't know, but it's not a single word. I mean, it's not a single word. It's like a whole sentence at this point. And I don't freaking know what it means. Here, the name of the full city of Bangkok. I'm just flabbergasted. Krong Sep Maha Nakon Amon. Okay, if any of you are born in this city, just by respect, I'm never going to ask you where you're born. Just by respect, because that's going to waste so much of your time. I cannot do that. I cannot. What about me? Who can spell it too? Oh gosh. If it were me, I wish not to be born in these specific cities. Imagine like the few of the people who are born in these cities, like the British like city that you mentioned about, and this one, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, my name is Edinburgh. I'm born in what was it already? Lanfair Wingil Gogorich, Wyern Drop Willenty Celio Gogogosh. That's where I'm born. And people are going to like be like, are you fucking with me, bro? Are you fucking with me? Or imagine even them like writing a resume, right? And doing an entire presentation in front of like actual professionals in the company. And they're going to be like, they're going to ask you, oh yeah, where are you born? I am born in England. Freaking Lanfair, blah, 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 blah. They're going to be like, what the fuck are you spitting about? I'm born in Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf. That's easier. That's way easier. Come on, man. Yeah, Dusseldorf. Very easy. Whereas the other ones? No. No. That's waste of too many things. One thing is time of just spitting out the entire thing. One other thing is others' time of listening to you. Like, spitting out the entire name of the city. There must be a shortened version of it, isn't there? There has to be a shortened version of it. Because if not, I don't know how they do it. I just don't get it. But I'm better in talking English than German. Try to say Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach. Because I live in there right now. Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach. I don't know who created German as a language, but they really are making millions of people's lives so much harder by making the language so hard. Why would you do that? He's saying Mönchengladbach? No! Gladbach. Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach. Man! Just live in an easy city to pronounce. Live in Paris, man. Live in London. Live in Manchester. Live in Munich. Mönchengladbach. There you go. Isn't that right? That's literally what you wrote. That is literally the same thing. I did it. I did it. It is not difficult. I'd rather say that I'm living in Mönchengladbach than I'm living in Lanfair. Yeah. And hello Snowy, how are you doing today? Happy seeing you out there. One of my first YouTube chatters out there. And what was it already? Happy Chinese New Year to you. What did you celebrate today? What about everyone? Did you celebrate it yet? Because like for me it's 9 PM, it's kind of too late to celebrate anything. But I hope you did have a little bit of fun today. Because it is like one of the holidays. People do get lots of money out of today. And maybe that you had a little bit of occasion to visit your family and everything. That'd be really nice. And hopefully not going back to my dear home country, Mönchengladbach, to see my grandparents. Who are going to give me currencies in Mönchengladbach. Because that would be a little bit too, you know, specific of the thing. Didn't celebrate anything? You know what? Same. For me, it was just like a free day, you know? A free day, chill day. Everyone's out there doing their shit. And whereas I'm here, just doing my shit. Think of it had bad. Today is indeed a chill day. I'm celebrating passing my exams. It is true that it is still school days for some people out there. How's the exam going though? I hope exam is going well for you. I have like a few of the friends who also is like going through exam period nowadays. And unfortunately for some of them, they're like missing out on the holiday because they had to focus on school things. When was New Year? Today, 29th of January, is Chinese New Year. which is like a day known for being celebrated by lots of Asians, especially like Chinese and Korean, I know. Because from what I remember, I used to like receive some kind of red pocket where I got myself some pocket money. But since I'm like living apart from most of my family, I didn't get to celebrate it. Unless I gave them a little bit of a message, just like wishing them a good year, stuff like that. But it's like one of the traditional celebrating day today. Give me your lunar year money? I wish I got my money this year, but no. At least last year, what I did was like visiting Los Angeles with my family and friends. But this year, I just stayed in freaking France, man. I didn't do many things. Like, the past year that passed from like last year to this year, I didn't do a lot at all in my life. And my New Year resolution for this year is just redemption, to be honest with you. I need a redemption. That being like, I don't know. One of the things is wanting to be more consistent when it comes to content creation. Which I am actually on a very good step, I think. Because one thing that I'm realizing is that, well, I am getting to, how do I say? I'm getting to like think of more contents to do in the future. Like, I didn't stream it, but one of the content that I have recorded with 10 different people out there is a tournament that I have done of web fishing. When I say tournament, it's not like freaking sweaty, like big prize money kind of thing. It's just like full goof from beginning to the end. And it was very fun to do. Like, especially watch people do it, since I was like the organizer. And I probably am going to make a video out of it like soon enough. I might take a lot of time to do it, because I have like 10 entire VODs of 4 hours recorded by the others. So it's gonna take a while. W stream, keep grinding. I'm gonna watch on Twitch. Okay, that works. But thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you so much for all the praises. After all, I'm like still on a very early stage of everything. I'm too lazy to switch to Twitch. Not gonna lie. If I'm honest with you, there's like one click, which is to add a tab. Second click on the search bar. Third click, type in T. And after that, there's going to be like appearing twitch.tv. You're going to click on it, and that's it. It's as simple as that. Or easier. In YouTube description, right? There's going to be one of the link, which is going to link you over to Twitch. So it's like 1 and 2 clicks. But you know what? I understand it. Because me too, whenever I'm like swiping through YouTube shorts and everything like that, I'm almost too lazy, even though the fact that there's like one link right in front of my face, to click on it to support my favorite streamer whatsoever. It happens so much for me. I'm drawing a fan art of you now. Gonna post it on Insta? Oh, that's so sweet. It has been a while, man. It has been a while. Fan art. I'm so happy. Because like, I used to be so much consistent, like so much more consistent compared to currently back in the time. I used to like stream lots of Pokemon. I used to stream lots of like Nintendo games, lots of horror games. I used to like stream what? Five Nights at Freddy's, the entire Pokemon franchise from like Pokemon Sword to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I also stream what? Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, Poppy Playtimes 1, 2, 3, which I'm going to play tomorrow as well and everything like that. Honestly, stream funny. Steam Games One Armed Cook content warning. Content warning. That is a very fun game. Content warning is very fun. I did like few of the collabs with my friends, but I never like streamed it myself on my channel. It's always okay to go at your own pace. That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. But sometimes I do feel like I'm like kind of giving myself a little bit too much comfort rooms, you know? Because after all, it is a goal for me. It is a goal for me as myself as a streamer, and me wanting to satisfy my viewers with like contents to come, and myself having my own dream with the content creation direction, everything like that. So for the kind of the dream that I'm having, I feel like I'm taking things a little bit too slow. It's not that I'm like, how do I say? It's not that I'm condescending myself out of these comments. It's more so that, like, how do I say? I'm in the position that I have to push myself a little bit further to do more things. Because I have a mind map of what to do, right? I have a mind map of what to do. But the only thing about everything is that I'm just not doing it. Like, okay. It is nice to hear people being like, oh, it's okay. You can take your time. You can go, like, easy on everything. But that's, respectfully, sugarcoating. I appreciate it. Positive comments. It's a good thing to be positive. I like to be positive as well, so that people are thinking in a positive way, which I am as well. But sometimes there's a little bit of action that has to be taken for yourself to eventually advance towards your dream. Pretty much. Hello Alex, how are you doing? Happy New Year indeed. Happy New Year. Do you celebrate anything today? Okay, I think I did celebrate. I did celebrate today. You know why? I ordered food. I had some good food. And that is quite enough to call it a celebration, I think. Like, what is there? What did I even eat? I don't remember. I think it was like a 1+1 deal of pasta. Pesto pasta, that's right. I had pesto pasta. I could totally make it myself, but I was feeling so lazy, man. I was feeling so lazy. I just opened Uber Eats and just ordered it. I was just in my bed playing Cookie Run Kingdom. I was like, today's a celebrating day. I just went for it. See what I mean by going easy, like too easy on myself? That is literally it. Sometimes there are things that you can like totally winning where you're rich, but you're just like not grasping it at all. And that is one thing that I really wish to change for this year, you know? I've been lazy enough. I've been lazy enough for years that has went through. It is time to make a little bit of steps by myself. Like, as much as I'm intelligent, as much as I have things planned, I still have to advance, you know? Damn, Twitch isn't letting me log on. Anyway, I'm going to sleep now. Okay, that works. I hope that your exam study has been going well out there. And thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Really do. And I hope that you get to rest well, because exam period, oh my. I remember how stressful it was, even for me, because even I had my exam period. So yeah, please rest plenty, and tomorrow shall be another day of a grind and everything like that, you know? Man, exams, huh? It was very hard, like in my own exam period. I remember like not sleeping for several days because I wanted to multitask. One of the things was gaming. I cannot live without gaming. I have to like coexist learning everything at once because I was the kind of student to not really follow in class. So it was like discovering everything that is like way too new for me at the same time as having games at the side. This multitasking was not matching together at all because like when you play games, right, you want to play more and more. Oh yeah, remember me when you're famous? Come on, man. Before that, I have to grind in. I have to lock in. And that is the hardest part of everything. Once you lock in, and once you actually start doing things correctly, after that the hardest part is going to be consistent. But I'm not even at the beginning at this point, so thank you. Thank you for your words. I really appreciate it. And of course, I don't forget anything. It does happen for me to forget lots of names. So I'm not going to guarantee anything. I'm sorry. Because I am a very forgetful person after all. Like I don't even remember like half of the characters in Legend of Zelda that I just played. So yeah. But one thing that I'm going to remember is all the gratitude, all the appreciations from your cheering words and everything, you know? Because after all, how do I say it already? I appreciate positiveness. It really makes me, you know, want to do more. So I appreciate it. Thank you. New Year resolution. It's funny since like I haven't listed it. I know that many people like out there make a list of New Year resolution, right? They write down, for example, like, oh yeah, this year I'm going to what? I'm going to reach freaking 1,000 followers. I'm going to what else? I'm going to be fluent in Japanese. I'm going to do less games in this year. I'm going to watch less YouTube shorts this year and everything like that. Myself, I still haven't wrote a list yet of anything at all. So what if we make a list for ourselves right now? What I could say would be definitely like being more consistent. It would be like one of my toppest, how do I say? New Year resolution. Because that's like the base of everything. If I'm consistent with anything out there, that being like, I don't know, making food myself instead of delivery, like relying myself on delivery, being more consistent when it comes to like what? Studying, my schedule, being more consistent on content creation, on streaming, it all like helps me along, so yeah. Now you're charming enough and entertaining, you'll get their plus of raging, hey, come on man. I really appreciate it though. This gives me like, how do I say, hope to hear that. So I really appreciate it. A raging 300 views to 400 views in 20 videos isn't easy. I guess so. I mean, I guess like most of the things that helped me mostly is like the community that has been really supporting. And my friends, of course, like checking out what I do and everything like that. If anything, is like thanks to them when it comes to number. I'm not saying that it's not worth anything to me, but rather that I'm feeling more gratitude towards people who's been supporting me, even if we're still at the beginning of the journey, you know? It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. It's only going to grow. It's only going to, how do I say, be a snowball of everything. Maybe that we are currently a little small white ball which is rolling from like the top of the cliff. And who knows what happens, you know? So yeah, thank you again for your positiveness. Really appreciate it. Man, I feel so greasy out of the freaking pasta that I ate for lunch. Still, currently. I felt so full as well. After all, it was like a 1+1 deal. I guess it's kind of normal as well because like when it comes to making pesto, right? Pesto is like 50% like oil. Especially like whenever I make pesto, it's like olive oil. I pour like olive oil with a little bit of like peanut kind of stuff. And a little bit of parmesan. A little bit of like basil leaf and everything like that. So in general, the sauce is just extremely greasy. But it wasn't just ending it there. What they also added along with the meal is like some kind of a burrata. What is burrata? It's like mozzarella but more cream inside of it. So it was a whole bunch of like extremely fatty stuff. Not gonna lie, it's very interestingly yummy. But holy shit, whenever I eat something greasy like that, my throat is staying like in that like greasy kind of like moment for a very long time. That's enough of America to be interested in your dish. That is true. I've been in America. I tried tons of fast foods out there. I tried a lot of them. Especially like Popeye's chicken. I was so interested. Because their dish was so crispy and so greasy at the same time. A fried chicken, sure, it is fried. It is fried, but it was extremely fatty. And I was in a food coma for I don't know how many days, man. After having freaking Popeye's chicken. It was good though. Flavor, everything, it was very good. We do have a Popeye's chicken that just opened up in France as well, like here and there. Like they're starting opening up a little bit of Popeye's chicken place like last year, I think. They are also tasty. But it was not the same level as America. Like, I'd say, greasiness, And taste-wise, America was superior. Man, I don't miss it at all, to be honest. I'm just happy with whatever I'm eating, like in the average days. After all, there used to be a time that I was like really picky with what I was eating. That was like when I was especially working. I think I was extremely picky with whatever I was eating. I was like, oh, I don't want to eat like freaking greasy fried chicken. It's not gonna like help me throughout the day or everything like that because I'm gonna feel so yucky. I was like that. But now I'm just like, whatever comes into my mouth and whatever like energizes me, that's all that I need. There's no like time to waste after all. Man. Poppy playtime. I really cannot wait. Because like it has been a while since I haven't played this kind of like horror games, especially. There was like what do I say? There was like one of the game which was just like Poppy Playtime that I downloaded in advance, I believe. I think it was something Park, if I remember correctly for the name of it. It was a free game too. It's a free game, just like the first chapter of Poppy Playtime. But I still haven't played it yet. So what I'm guessing of what I'm going to do in like the days to come, especially like tomorrow, is going to be to play through Poppy Playtime chapter 4, because it's going to be like the release date of it. And probably I'm going to find which game it was, find it back, and play it. I think like the logo was some kind of a cartoonish raccoon or something like that. So you're a deep fried stuff fan. I wouldn't say that I'm a fan. I really wouldn't say that I'm a fan at all. It's just like specifically fried chicken that I really love. You know? It's just like so convenient. By that I mean like fried chicken, you know? You have it like in some kind of a bucket, in some kind of a bowl. And you can have it in front of a movie series. You can have it in front of an anime series. You can have it while watching something. And that is the vibe, you know? That is the vibe. Whereas some other foods, I just prefer to like have it presented on your plate and you eat it with your covers. Like with your fork, with your spoon, everything like that. And this is different. Because like, we don't have the same vibe. Like you eat to eat at the kind of moment. Whereas like fried chicken for me is like for, especially for other focuses. Which is like probably watching something else. And that gives a completely different vibe, you know? What else is there that can be actually eaten while watching something? I guess something like chips, you know? Crisps, as some British people say. Like potato chips, cookies, while you're just watching a series or something like that. One of the things that I was like doing a lot, because like I've been watching tons of One Piece nowadays. I remember like a few months ago I was at episode 130, something like that, which is like a Skypiea arc. Very early arc, by the way. I was at like episode 130, and I've been grinding that anime because it was getting more and more interesting. Now I've gotten myself to episode 553. 553. I watched an entire 400 episode to catch up to the half of the entire anime that just released so far. If I must say like a little bit more details into it, what did I say? I have gone, oh my god, the chibi, I know who that is. I know who did that. It can only be one person, and that is Banzai. How are you doing, Banzai? It's been a little while, hasn't it? There you go. Your so favorite chibi is right here. Very happy. I didn't mean to do that. Anyways. Hello, Woof. Hello, Woof. I do have a chibi model. And I will have a chibi model for my 2.0 as well. Which, I wonder when I'm going to hint a little bit about the 2.0. Someday. Because like, if I must say, the model is going to be done soon. And the promoting part is going to come soon as well. I'd say like in the following month. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about when exactly it is going to be. But just to tell you, you're gonna be satisfied with whatever's going to come in the future. But yeah, hello Banzai. How are you today? Happy New Year's! Because it's the 29th of January, which is a Chinese New Year for most of the Asian people out there. And for myself as well. I used to celebrate Chinese New Year so many times, but just this year, I'm kind of living so far apart compared to my family, so it didn't really happen. Was just really busy often during your stream times. You know what? Most of the times, it's my fault because I just haven't streamed at all. You can't really put the fault on on yourself when it comes to that. Like, it is true that I just have been extremely inconsistent when it comes to streaming. But don't worry, I'm going to be like so much more consistent from now on. It is my promise. It's my New Year resolution after all. One of the things that I've been thinking of doing after all was like doing a very long stream on YouTube Shorts type of format. Playing through the entire generation of Pokemon Red, Blue, stuff like that, all the way to the present. I'm gonna do that like whenever I have like a free time. And whenever I feel like doing that kind of stream, instead of like Twitch stream and just hopping off and on, you know? Got my red envelope money? Hell yeah. Man. That's good. That is the best part about it. I still remember, like when I used to celebrate it with my family, right? In my tradition, which is like called 설날, like 추석, 설날, something like that. We used to like present one by one, from like the oldest one to the youngest one. And get in front of our grandparents first. We get in front of our grandparents and we do some kind of how do I say, the groveling movements, you know, like putting your head on the ground and doing some kind of a Fortnite emote, some kind of Fortnite emote to pay respect to your elders, and the elders were giving the money. I used to do that, and since my family is extremely big, not like where I'm living, but like when I go to Korea, there's like tons of family there. I was like doing that over and over so many times to each of my elders, and I was just full of freaking red envelopes, you know? But the worst part about this is that I only got to keep like a fraction of it, and the remaining of it I had to pass it over to my mother. But you know what? I was fine with it. I was actually fine with it because I didn't really have a lot of places to spend my money on anyways. I'm currently walking home from gym. Hey, brother is going to gym even on the holidays. Look at him, look at him. That's my bonsai. She saved it for me. Saving it? I don't think so. Saving it? I don't think so. But I'm still fine with it. I'm still fine with it. Because, how do I say? As I said, I didn't really have that many places where I was spending my money on. Like, the best I could do was just, you know, getting myself a Pokemon game. A new game on Nintendo, on like Steam, anything that I want to try out. But that was like the limit of it. Until the moment that I started the VTubing thing. Where I just like pour in so much money into just the entire debut. You guys don't realize how much I poured in for the 2.0. And I won't ever tell you. Because, yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. I've been on a literal shopping spree recently because of birthday money and shit. Birthday money? When was your birthday? Since the last time? Huh. Man. I'm the kind of a person at the side to not celebrate anything like that. What do I say? Like Christmas, New Year, anything like that. I don't really celebrate it that much. So I didn't really get myself a lot of presents neither. It's more of like self-given presents when it comes to that. 4th of January. Did I wish you happy birthday? I don't remember. I don't think that I have. Now that you mention it, I feel like I did say it. But maybe it wasn't you. Man, my memory is so bad. Like, I remember barely anything. Holy shit, I didn't? I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Banzai. Happy birthday. Holy shit. I hope you ate lots of good cakes. I hope you got a lot of exciting presents, man. I guess it is one of my flaws to not celebrate anything at all, because that makes me forget about my own birthday. I'm not lying about it. I really do forget about my own birthday, but also it makes me forget about others' birthday. I remember one of my friends being kind of hurt because I didn't remember their birthday back in the time. But for me, it's kind of normal because as much as it matters to you, like birthdays and everything, I just don't celebrate anything, is the thing. You got 300? Damn! That's a lot! Hey! Protein powder, creatine? Oh. These are expensive stuff. I think you might have spent like the entire half of the entire birthday money on that. Man, protein powder is so expensive. Like, I remember getting myself like the 2 kilogram one. The big pot, you know? The big pot of 2 kilogram. And I spent like $50 on that. That alone! And creatine as well is so freaking expensive. Like that little pot, like that little bottle pot thingy with, I don't know, like 500 grams. It was $15. These are so expensive. That's what I got as a gift as well. Oh! Damn, your family knows! Your family knows! Hey June Maska, how are you doing? Thank you for your chat. You must be like one of my first chat as well. Welcome in, how are you doing today? And Happy New Year's. Hey. Did you celebrate anything today? No, that's what I got to give as well. Where the hell you're buying your whey from? It's like 20 to 30 kilogram for bucks for a kilogram. Well, it's bought my family, my friends. I invited like 50 people. That's a whole wedding ceremony you had. What the fuck, bro? If I tell you, the last few years that just passed, like let's say these last 5 years, my birthday, how did I spend it? I spent it on being with my family, which is consisted of me, my mother, my aunt, and my uncle, for these 5 years, just having dinner together. If anything, I celebrated more for my own mother than anything else.
Please enjoy your stay.
And hello Amaya Senbazuru, how are you doing today? And thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Please do tell me. And Happy New Year once again. Did you celebrate anything today? Please tell me. I like to hear like other people's celebration story rather than myself, because obviously I didn't celebrate anything. You know? Nice, glad to be one of your first chatters. Nice to meet you, Cal. Yeah, nice to meet you, likewise. How are you doing today, man? How are you doing today? And if I may introduce myself to the raiders. My name is Kael'Draxus, a green elf. I like to play lots of games, comfy games like Pokemon, some horror games like Poppy Playtime. Speaking of Poppy Playtime, tomorrow is going to be a release date of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, so I might be streaming it yet again. So yeah, please stay tuned about it. And of course for the raiders, if you're feeling tired and everything, because the stream can be quite taxing, please take your time to give yourself a lot of rest. And lots of happy times out there, because it is still the Lunar New Year. And maybe that you still have lots of things to do out there in the background, right after the stream, or whatsoever, you know? Yay, happy Lunar Year. I hope you all celebrated well. And not being like me at all. If anything, how do I get to celebrate myself? I guess one of the things that I could do when it comes to celebrating things would mostly be, how do I say, just walking outside, feeling the vibe of people like enjoying their time. But that would be like the limit of celebrating on its own. I remember though, like back when I used to be like really young, I used to like celebrate it by playing sport with my friends. Like playing lots of basketball, soccer, or volleyball, after like reserving in private in some kind of a stadium or something like that. And we all used to go there all together, between friends, parents, and everything. We used to like have a little bit of sport event between us, and it was really fun. I'm just kind of popular, Kel, I guess. 50 people is really crazy though. I would never imagine myself getting 50 people. Like, you know, in anime, like some kind of an anime trope, like people having only 4 phone numbers on their phone. That is kind of me. I didn't have anyone to talk to. And you know what? I feel comfy about that too. I don't want to have like lots of friends. Because I don't know. I feel comfortable without that many. But yeah, was a nice house party. You know, in this kind of occasion, it would be really fun to do. Yeah, indeed. Gonna be celebrating with a can of beer on the weekend. Hey! That is the vibe. That is the vibe. I hope you're going to have lots of fun, eh? I'm gonna celebrate by working. Oh no. Do you not have like holiday, like a day off to celebrate with your family or something like that? That'd be nice, you know? But unfortunately, like for many of the students too, they happen to, you know, prepare their exams, prepare their tests and everything like that. So it is quite unfortunate. Like one of the friends that I am really close with is currently still working on one of their projects, which still isn't finished yet. So they didn't get to celebrate with their parents, even though the fact that they just celebrate quite often, you know? June Masca says, I don't celebrate the Lunar New Year because it isn't my culture, but it had been a pretty chill day. That's very nice. You know, artist holidays, still your holiday as well. Because it depends on like company and it depends on some schools, but sometimes they still do give you the day off, so you get to celebrate yourself. It was kind of the same for me, you know, just resting a little bit, staying at home, playing my favorite games, Cookie Run Kingdom, haha, that game, and I got myself some new cookies that was worth celebrating with a very good reaction of being very loud, but that's pretty much the limit of it. Have you seen Miney recently the time you streamed? I think not. I think like the last time was one of the streams that I had like a month ago or something. Yeah. I finally gave up and started gambling. By that I mean started playing gacha. Gacha games! What do you play gacha games? I tried to like play a few of the gacha games again recently. Like one of the games that I used to play a lot back then was like Wuthering Waves, which I played only at the release. And after that, I never really played after the first patch and everything like that. So I tried to give it another go with Wuthering Waves, which was questionable. By questionable, I don't mean that like the game is bad. It's most likely me just feeling suddenly tired whenever I launch any of these games. Same goes to Genshin Impact. Same goes to any other gacha games like Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact the Third, and also Zenless Zone Zero. Every single one of these games, I don't know why. It's like a sleeping pill. I open the game, I feel dizzy. It's not because of like the interface with all the exclamation mark and everything like that. I really need to try to advance on the game, but then I just finish by seeing myself in a position of not wanting to, like, the lack of motivation to advance on the game. Because like, the last time that I played Honkai Star Rail, I was nearly at the end of Penacony, I think. Like, right after the fight against the big Sunday machine. And ever since then, I never really continued. And when I just got back into the game, I was like, holy shit, there's so much content to do. Just gave up. Just gave up. Just like that. Oh, Wuwa got a big update recently and it's fun to explore. Story is underwhelming though. Really? I heard lots of good things about Wuthering Waves though. What I heard about Wuthering Waves is that the world was extremely big with lots of aesthetic places, and the story has gotten so much more interesting compared to like the first chapter. For me, the first chapter of Wuthering Waves was extremely interesting. I was extremely addicted to the game. I was literally playing it all day long for several days. I was like dreaming of Wuthering Waves. I was farming for these freaking artifacts so that I can get like the perfect stats and everything. I want to show off my face in Brandt's boobs. That is kind of funny. How are you doing today? How do you celebrate How do you celebrate your Lunar New Year? Let me give you a little shout out while we were talking about it. Karu Anelf. How are you today? In my case, as obviously as all the time, I still haven't celebrated anything yet. Because like my former celebration is always, how do I say, always food. just eating, and that makes me happy. You know. I'm so people fat. Is it because you ate a lot? Oh yeah, you did eat a lot of food. I see. What did you eat? Go tell us. What did you eat? I found a new gaming obsession. I played RDR2. What is RDR? Red Dead Redemption 2. Is it? For 7 hours straight yesterday. You know what? I understand that addiction. I used to be the same with Elden Ring. Speaking of Elden Ring, you know, I have to finish the game. But one funny thing that happened is that, you know, I was at the one boss, which was like having two phases. One is like literally swinging with a hammer, and the second phase is like grappling you and pinning you to the ground. I was getting freaking destroyed on stream. And recently I opened Elden Ring because one of my friends was like playing it on VC while streaming it. And I was like, alright, I have to finish that game. I just opened Elden Ring again. I opened Elden Ring.
Hi.
Toaster with thighs. Hello, how you doing? So like, what do I say? So I opened the game. I gave it 2 tries. I gave it 2 tries to that specific boss that I was like literally struggling on for hours. I just got back to the game after I don't know how many months of not playing the game. I beat the shit out of him. 2 tries is all I needed. And I was like, oh shit, wait, I have to stream this. I have to stream this. What do I do? It was already saved because of the auto-saved. It's too bad. And now I'm in front of like the last boss, you know? I'm not gonna really tell who it is, but he's shiny, he's golden, and I even got to the second phase. It's some kind of a big snail. Kind of disgusting, but I'm in front of it. And you know what? I guess I'm going to have like one stream of Elden Ring of just trying to finish the game, you know? I ate a bunch of food, went to some Lunar New Year celebrations and gambled. Huh. Interesting. Is it some kind of a festival where there's like lots of, you know, events, like Japanese event, like, you know, what's it called already? Like the kind of thing that you see in anime, you know? Some Japanese mini games like capture the koi fish to gain some prizes, or like shoot on like the cans to gain some prizes, stuff like that. Is the Lunar New Year festival like that? Because I never really seen one myself. The only thing I've done whenever it comes to Lunar New Year is just like vibing with family, which this year I didn't. But how are you doing, Toaster with Thighs? Happy New Year. What do you do today? If you come back to a boss after a while, you always beat him. Is that the logic? I don't know, because like when it comes to beating a boss in a Souls-like game, you have to know every single of his movements at the same time as the timings of the movements, right? But it has been months that I didn't play the game. My control on the game is literally so bad. Like if I just like started the game like very recently, it was extremely bad. I still beat it. How? Isn't that like one of the hardest boss to ever beat? If it's like the before last boss, you know? It's kind of weird. It's a force of nature, I guess. Maybe I was like extremely lucky as well, like dodging at a random timing and somehow beating the shit out of him. Which one? I don't remember the name. It was like the big guy with the lion on his back with a hammer. And on the second phase, he becomes like big like Zeus from Record of Ragnarok. He's like pinning you to the ground every single time that you got grabbed. And it just one-shot kills you. Horalu? I think there was a name. I think he had like a different name. But then his name changed at the second phase. Is it a good fight? I still remember how I struggled on stream the other time. Right after Malekith, speaking of it. Man, Malekith was so hard. It was so hard. I still remember. It's engraved in my memory. It was literal torture. Man. But you know, giving another try to Elden Ring, I kind of want to try other Souls-like game as well. Like there's so many of them that I still haven't tried yet. Like what? Lies of P, Black Myth Wukong, what's that other like FromSoft game already? Sekiro. Yeah, Sekiro. There was another one. But yeah, these games, you know, I really wanted to try them. But one downside of these games is that they're extremely long! And the kind of the games that I... Holy shit. And the kind of the games that I really, like, appreciated playing is like, you know, games that are not too long, but at the same time not too short, with a actual story going on, and a little bit of excitement. Something like puppy playtime. That's like the kind of the games I'm looking for. But not gonna lie, I've been like vibing a lot on Elden Ring. I literally had a stream where I was playing Elden Ring for like 9 hours straight. So it is true that I do enjoy the game. But yeah. You need to play Sekiro. Sekiro is like 30 to 50 hours. You know what? 30 to 50 hours is not bad. Like, if I dedicate myself to play through the game for like 2 months while doing other contents at the side, that is quite enough. But Banzai, the thing about me is that I am horrible at gaming. I am horrible at gaming. Which means that even Elden Ring, do you remember, beating the first boss was literally a hell. No, actually I remember, you joined after that I beat the first boss. But I think I died to the first boss over 100 of times. And I had to explore around and farm myself a little bit of souls and weapons and everything to come back and beat the boss. I was struggling so much at the beginning of the game. My learning skill when it comes to video games is so fucking slow. I just get used to any game so slowly, is a problem. I really had troubles in the beginning. But you know, the thing is, I tend to hear that Sekiro is like such a difficult game to play. And that Elden Ring is like the noob version of Souls-like games. And if you tell me the Elden Ring is easier than any other Souls-like games out there, I think that I'm doomed. That I'm so cooked, I'm so over. Literally, man. First boss as in Knight of the Horse? Magritte? Yeah, Magritte. Man, that dude, I was always off time whenever I was trying to dodge. And I died over 100 of times and I never learned. I just never learned. And the amount of the damage I was giving was like a pinch millimeter. Like, you know, there's an entire health bar. I give a damage, it only does like 1 millimeter of the entire health bar. It was impossible for me. The most that I gotten was like getting him to like 25% of HP. But it was impossible to do more than that. Took me 4 to 5 hours the first time. For me, I think it took me several days. And it was back in a period of time when I used to be like extremely consistent with streaming too. So giving it tons of days to beat the boss was quite something. Not gonna lie. But yeah. Still, I have a little mind map of what to stream in the coming days. So one thing that I can be sure of is that there's gonna be content. There's gonna be content to come along. Tomorrow is going to be Puppy Playtime, the 4th chapter. I'm going to release a short video of one of the clips that I had on the 3rd chapter. Like tomorrow morning or something, because I already posted something today. So yeah, you can like stay tuned for that too. Funny thing, the end boss took me about the same. The end boss, the last boss? I am struggling with him. I just don't know what to do against like the huge snail. I might have a separate stream of like trying to beat him. Remember something? Okay. What is it? I learned by letting the game beat me to a pulp a few times. After that, I just wait for the survival instinct to kick in eventually. You know, my survival instinct is just screaming and running away. It's not fighting back. And that was not helping to beat any bosses. If I'm honest with you, Jun. Like, me? When survival instinct kicks in, I just run away. And you know that in Elden Ring, running away is one of the worst options. Because they're just going to lunge at you and just pin the fuck out of you inside of the ground. And you will be dead. There will be, you are dead screens like big in red. That's what's going to happen. Crime and Punishment cover 1? Someday. I'm sorry. But if anything, I've done many of other covers. And there's like one of the other song that I got a lot of interest in recently. It's one of her... It's literally her newest song. It's called Elf! It has to be me! I have to cover it! Like literally, the name of it is Elf, man! It's literally me, I'm an elf! Look at my freaking pointy ears! Ah, no. Like this. You know? I've been waiting, you know, I'm sorry. Like, if anything, I have so many cover songs that are already ready to release, but I'm still not releasing them. Because I want to start releasing them once I debut, you know? So, I'm still like saving on them. Not releasing them yet. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 covers that are fully mixed. And 3 of them, the illustrations are already done. And all I need to do is just like handing over to make it an MV and just posting it. It's as easy as that. And if I were to really like release it within the coming week, it is totally realizable. It is totally realizable. Like, if I tell myself, yeah, I'm going to release my cover songs next week, it is totally possible. I'm going to have like 3 cover songs next week. But the thing is that I have different plans. I want to like release them in different period of time after my debut, is the thing. When will you debut? I don't know. My model is still not done. My model is still not done. I'm still waiting on it. And some other things that are already done. And there are some other things that are not done yet. One thing, I'm planning something like end of March. End of March is like my goal. But there's no guarantee. But end of March is literally my goal. If not, it would be like middle of the year. For how long I've been waiting now? You know, for how long I've been waiting? Me? I've been waiting for this for 1.5 years! And the lore video itself, I've been waiting on it for 2 years! For 2025, it has been 2 years! Ever since the project has started, Banzai! I cannot wait as well, but, you know, as everything, I want it to be more special. So every single time, I'm adding up more and more stuff, you know? And as I add up more and more stuff, more money just comes out of it too, out of my pocket. So it's too bad. It is what it is. But one thing that I feel is that I'm approaching it. The debut day is approaching someday. I don't understand the debut thing though. Me neither. As much as I may be a VTuber, I don't understand it neither. But one thing that I can be sure of is that I don't feel ready. Like, as of currently, it's not fully done yet. Like, as of obviously, like, the model is not ready yet. But there's like plenty of other things that I know should be prepared, which is not ready yet as well. So, one thing that I want to be like sure before I do debut is like to, how do I say it? Is to have everything prepared in advance. Like, let's say, if I had a commission for starting soon screen, ending screen, emotes, model, lore video, and everything like that, I want to be sure of being done with every single things so that I can plan when to actually start everything, you know? That's how I see it. And thank you for the follow, Eleazar, I think was the name. I'm not sure. But welcome to the community. I hope you're going to have a good time around. And Happy New Year. How are you doing today? No, like, it isn't the debut the beginning. You're streaming already. The thing is that I didn't debut. I didn't debut for my first model. I just like went out of my way to just start streaming, because what I wanted to do was, you know, just getting myself familiar with streaming, just being on screen, playing video games at the same time as making commentary. I wanted to like get used to it. So I just like started streaming with my first model. Eventually, for later on to wanting to get another model, which I invested into. And now I'm just waiting for a proper thing to actually begin. But if I'm honest, I'm already like having an activity even today. So it doesn't mean much. I was going to ask, what kind of elf were you? But I'm glad to know the lore video is on the making. What kind of elf was I? If I give a little bit of details about everything, I am the son of what's called a torchbearer of nature. What is a torchbearer? It's like ruler of a certain thing. So let's say my father was a ruler of nature. Hence, he is the person who is having control over nature itself. and I am the descendant of his, and I am going to become the next torchbearer. It's pretty much the plot of everything. But what happens especially, like specifically inside of the lore video, I can't really tell. But there's gonna be lots of drama, this for sure. I think that the lore video is not going to be complete by itself. Like, there's not gonna be lots of like things revealed, because I want it to be brief. I want it to be full of speculation, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, you know? Oh my god, I didn't know that William Afton would be the killer! Something like that. Which William Afton's totally is not a killer. So I wanted to like add a little bit of mystery. At the same time as introducing the people to the world that I'm building. Because this is a story that I started writing ever since I was a teenager. Ever since I was really young compared to now. Compared to when I was really young. There's the second chat. Yeah. I'm currently streaming on YouTube as well. Yeah. I started like doing a little bit of experiment when it comes to YouTube streaming as well, because I really wanted to do so at some point. So yeah, here it is. Yeah, it is cool to leave things open. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I'm honest with you, the universe that I have written so far is already really big. There's already lots of things going on. Like, I have idea of lots of different places, and if I am to write a web novel out of it, it would be totally possible to do so. But, well, unfortunately, there's a limit when it comes to making a video because it costs money. You know, each illustration was very expensive for me to make this lore video. And if I tell you that there's a total of 34 illustration for the coming lore video, holy shit, that was an investment. And especially the lore video is going to be fully animated. It's going to be fully animated. And there's going to be like tons of scenes using these illustrations, so... Like, if I could, obviously, if I could, I would have loved to make an entire series, which is, you know, revealing you the entire universe of what I have in my head, but that is not possible. Like, both economically and time-wise as well. Because I don't want it to be too long. I want it to be an introduction after all. So yeah, you'll get to see it. Eventually, you'll get to see it. But that is going to be after my debut. I mean, the same day as my debut. Because when I'm going to debut, it's going to be a release of my 2.0 model at the same time as the lore video itself. Pretty much. Also, a little fun fact for Sekiro, you can't dodge. You need to parry. I need to parry?! Bro, it's gonna be like freaking playing For Honor all over again. I used to be terrible at the game and For Honor. It is cool to live things. Yeah. YouTube chat can see us, but not the other way around. Yeah. The thing is that the other time I experimented with only YouTube streaming. With my chat box, like the custom chat box that you're currently seeing over there. But the thing is that I couldn't really make it work. Like with the Twitch chat, it is working perfectly, but with the YouTube chat, it is not working. So, I'll be too bad. So whenever I'm going to like do only YouTube stream, I will have to figure out a way to make this chat box work at the same time as YouTube. But when it comes to like short streaming, right? It doesn't really matter because like there's gonna be the chat like swiping around like from top to bottom and everything like that. Anyways, so yeah, it's not a problem. But yeah, at least I started something, you know? I have wanted to try something new, which is YouTube streaming, and I have it working. And there's been actually a lot of people who's been stopping by. I'm really feeling gratitude for that, by the way. Thank you so much. Yeah. And thank you for actually saying so many positive things as well. Especially for... was it really? I think it was Yuki, the name of it. One of the YouTube chatters earlier who stopped by, saying so many positive things about the stream itself. Thank you so much. Oh, it was snowy, never mind. Really appreciate it. That sounds awesome. I have been writing fiction for a few years now, mostly on campaigns for D&D. That is so cool! Man, I've always wanted to play D&D. Like, I have so many friends who actually are playing D&D themselves. And the way that they're like, each time is building a new character inside of a new universe, each of the times, is actually so fun, so amusing. I really wanted to try it. I guess I hear that Baldur's Gate is kind of similar, but the thing about Baldur's Gate is like it already has like a set, you know, a set story, and you cannot really be, how do I say, you cannot really be flexible with the kind of role that you want, because from the YouTube shorts that I watched recently out of how do I say about D&D, is some people like gave some kind of a funny spells, like funny how do I say it, gimmicks to their characters. Like every single time that your character speaks, they're going to like sneeze or something like that, and they're making like the content so much funnier than it should be. I want you to really try it. Get to it. I feel like you would like it a lot. You know what? I would totally. I should ask around to my friends who play it a lot. Yeah. Maybe that we could have a stream like that too someday. Someday, who knows? Because if I have it organized, I think it would be a very good content that could even be put into a YouTube video. Yeah, totally. Right. A little bit of stretch. But I think it is about time for me to go. It is 10 PM for now. It just turned 10 PM. And tomorrow's gonna be a long day for me. But once I'm back, I'm gonna be back on streaming Poppy Playtime, the 4th chapter. And before that, you might be able to give an eye, like take an eye onto, a peek onto the short video of what kind of happened on the 3rd chapter. So for everyone who's currently here, if you're interested about that one content I'm going to release, it's gonna be like a mini video of shorts, like vertical form, that I'm going to release on YouTube and something like that. So if you'd really be fancy looking at how I behaved on the 3rd chapter of Poppy Playtime, please take a look on that. I'm going to do a socials command on Twitch, so that you get to take an eye on that. New model? This is not a new model. I've been using that for quite a while. Hello Straw, by the way. Happy New Year! How are you doing today? Yeah. Oh my god, the timing of it.
Mafuyu_TV just raided.
Hello Mafuyu,
Please
Bunny Boy.
enjoy your stay.
How are you doing today? Thank you for the raid. And Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's. Streamed on? Yeah. It is 10 PM, so it is about time for me to go. And hello Rain. Oh my god, so many people joining at this time. It is about time for me to go rest a little bit, you know? But don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow because it's gonna be the release date of Poppy Playtime, Chapter 4. I think that could interest you a little bit, Struck, because I know that you've been streaming that out there. Hehe. But yeah, Happy New Year's, everyone. And thank you so much for the raid once again, Mafu. Let me give it a little bit of a shout out. How have you been? I barely streamed, so we've barely been talking at all. God damn it. But if I may introduce myself to the new people out there, my name is Kael'Draxus. I'm a green elf. I like to play lots of comfy games like Pokemon, Legends of Zelda, which I'm pretty new to the game and everything. And I also do like to play a little bit of horror games that are short, not too long, because I don't like to have a lasting horror session, you know? But yeah. And speaking of horror games, tomorrow is going to be a release date of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 once again, so I'm going to be playing through it. And if you're also interested to check it out, I'm going to release a new short video of what happened on the 3rd chapter of Poppy Playtime. I was screaming a lot, I was screaming around a lot, so please do not hesitate to visit by my YouTube channel so that you can have a look, an eye on what actually happened out there. Been a while, Kale, huh? I couldn't catch your stream much, time zone props. No, it's that I haven't been consistent with stream at all. But it has been a while. Yeah, Benny, how are you doing? I'm stressful, had a job interview tomorrow morning. Oh my god. Good luck with the job interview. I hope that you're gonna nail it. You know, lately, if that gives you a better karma, you know? Lately, lots of my friends, they've been acing their job interviews. And I am certain that you're going to be one of them too. There's no reason that you're not going to ace it. You have a good profile, haven't you? Yeah. But yeah, Shrub, I know that you, how do I say, that you played Poppy Playtimes on stream previously. So maybe that could interest you too. Because tomorrow is going to be a special day for that. Doing good. This is Luffy. Oh! Holy shit, has been forever indeed. Since when did you change your name? I never realized it. Holy shit. But unfortunately, once again, it is time that I go to rest a bit. Because tomorrow is going to be a long day for me. Likewise, as for you. unfortunately. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be playing a little bit of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. Once again, streaming both on Twitch, YouTube. And it's gonna be lots of fun. Because, you know, what happens in Poppy Playtime. I never had a bad time of playing Poppy Playtime, so, you know, time and time, Poppy Playtime. It is a very fun time. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you for the raid once again, Mafia. I'm sorry for making it go to waste, because I'm just going to end right now. But yeah, I missed a lot. I will catch more of your streams. Hey, we should also catch up with each other as well, because it has been a while that we haven't talked, you know? Like, speaking of it, I am still using the Asian account that you made of me for Riot Games to play on like Asian servers of Valorant and League of Legends and everything. Remember you every single time that I do that, by the way, because I have to like visit by your DMs every single time to get my account information. So yeah, very happy meeting you again, Luvi. Today Bunny Belly, I guess. But yeah, happy seeing you again. And everyone out there, thank you for sticking by for the very long 2-hour stream of us just celebrating and catching up together during this new year. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow and I will be consistent even more and more from the following days to come. So yeah, and thank you for the subscription out there. I didn't see the name. It is not showing. I'm very sorry I missed it. It goes so fast, man. But yeah, thank you for the subscription. I shall check it tomorrow. But yeah, once again, for every single socials, I'm going to put it on the Twitch chat right now. And for the raid, I don't know who to raid. But for you, were you going to raid anyone else than me? Like, you must have had a little bit of choice, right? Like either him or someone else or everything. So please let me know if you wanted to raid anyone else. Because I want to like relay it to the other person, if that is possible. Yeah. Have new addiction will drag you to Marvels? Man, I've been try-harding that game. Like, I've been sweaty. Every single games, I take it too seriously. I really do mean it. Let me see. Twitch.tv. Who's out there streaming? Let me see. There's not a lot of people that I know who are currently streaming. Oh, I guess it is late time after all. Is there any channel that you people like recommend by any chance? So that I just get done with it for today? Because I really don't see anyone. I guess ASMR? Do you guys like ASMR? Like, you know, to end the day on a chill end? If that's the case, I guess there's Rekudo that I can raid you over to. So yeah. I'll get your radio over to ASMR, so you can just have a chill time. For anyone who likes ASMR out there. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you get to have a good time out there with Rekudo's stream, who's currently doing ASMR. I don't really have lots of memory with this dude though. But I hope you're gonna enjoy. For me, I'm gonna head to bed right away. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow on Poppy Playtime. Right, goodbyes! And every single one, take care, Happy New Year's. Oh, I forgot. Wait, let me do that.